What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unstable Coin, where we like to talk about any and everything crypto, money, and stocks. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Awair Element, an awesome new cryptocurrency miner from the PlanetWatch project that mines planet tokens. It makes you money while you're sleeping. So if that sounds cool, make sure you do stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to be revealing some more miners, like ASIC miners, that I'm going to be reviewing and talking about in the future. So with that being said, thanks so much for being here. You're awesome. And so, of course, this is the part of the video where I say I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This should be viewed for entertainment and educational purposes only. So with that being said, please don't sue me. Thanks. Okay, so to get this out of the way, just like always, it's going to be a 9-point review. I know that that might sound kind of extensive, but these things are important, and I'm going to try my best, as always, to make it as brief and short as possible. I don't like to bore you. I like to get into the really juicy parts of what matters on these projects. So with that being said, let's start this thing out with cost. The Awair Element, whenever it first dropped, what I bought it for was $150. That is phenomenal, and we're never going to see a price like that again for it. So that's a steal. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's better than a 10 out of 10 considering what it makes you. But on the cost right now, at the moment, they run for $300. Now again, for what you make off of it and for what it does, that is a great price. You really can't beat that. 10 out of 10 easy takes the cake. On ROI, it makes $7 a day at current standpoint. There is going to be a easing of tokens, a token burn, whenever there are onboarded 8,000 sensors. That's been part of the white paper on PlanetWatch's project for a minute. So in the future, it might dwindle down a little bit, but at the moment, it makes $7 a day, just like the Atmo Tube Pro for a $300, $150 device, depending on whenever you bought it. That really can't be beat. So again, another 10 out of 10. Portability. Now, I haven't tested portability out myself on this, but on the PlanetWatch website, it says that it is compatible for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So if it is compatible with Bluetooth in the same way that the Atmo Tube Pro is, then it gets like a 9 out of 10 for portability. The only reason not being a 10 out of 10 is because it has to be connected to a phone to actually be, doing its job. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Size, it's pretty small, as you can see from these clips here. It's not much taller than a lighter, and it's not very wide at all. It's about, I think, 5 or 6 inches wide. So yeah, it's a pretty compact little device, so I give it a 10 out of 10 on size. Ease of use, 10 out of 10. It's super simple to use. You set it up through the Awair Element app, and you can see air quality data, things like that through the app. And setting it up with the PlanetWatch app itself is incredibly easy once you're actually in. So ease of use, another solid 10 out of 10. I'm not paid, by the way. This is not paid or endorsed. I know I'm probably sounding like I'm just like a fanboy right now, but it really, really, really is just incredibly easy. It's just like a perfect device, honestly. Anyways, let's keep going with this review. Electricity. It takes less power than a light bulb. I believe it's 5 or 10 watts. That's less than most light bulbs use. So incredibly efficient for electricity whenever you compare it to something like an ASIC miner. Heat. 10 out of 10. It produces virtually no heat. I haven't tried to clog the pores on it, the little sensor hole thingamajigs. I wouldn't recommend doing that. It might produce a little bit of heat if you do that, similar to the Atmo Tube. But again, it typically doesn't produce any heat. So 10 out of 10. currency, the cryptocurrency it mines, the PlanetWatch token, as I've said before, is a very stable coin. Well, I can't say very stable because it does alter a little bit in price, but ever since its release of 42-cent high, I believe it was, and the low of like 26 cents, I believe, it's been incredibly stable at 30 to 36 cents. I think reaching a peak of 40 cents. But anyway, so yeah, the token honestly has only room to improve from here, and obviously there are external predictions too. People who have more of a reliable viewpoint on this than I have. In fact, I have made a video, if you want to go and check that out, of 7 different really well-known companies like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, so on and so forth, that has rated the Planet token to see where it's going to be in the next 5 years. So if you're curious to see what that's going to be in the next 5 years, you can check that video out. Anyways, though, so I give the currency a 9 out of 10. Passiveness, 10 out of 10. It's incredibly passive. It just sits there. Like, you don't have to bring it anywhere or do anything. There's no management. There's no upkeep. It's awesome. 100% passive. You just set it up and it makes you money. 10 out of 10. X factors is the last point that we're going to be doing this review on, and X factors, there's no X factors. There's nothing. Well, actually, I guess the only X factor on this would be volatility of the PlanetWatch project. Like, if the PlanetWatch project falls through for whatever silly reason, that's probably not going to happen, then obviously that's an X factor that does impair the Awair element and kind of like contribute to how good it is overall. So yeah, with that being said, overall the Awair element is easily a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna bump it up and say like it's an 11 out of 10, because for what I paid for it, for what I'm making off of it, and so on and so forth, all these things considered, probably not gonna find a little unicorn device like this again. So yeah, it's amazing. I love it, and I would probably fight somebody for it. So anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys really liked my review. If anything I've said might have brought a smile to your face or helped you along with your cryptocurrency journey, please do give me a sub, comment, like, share, all these things, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm, and I greatly appreciate it myself. Just a heads up also, before I go, in the future, I'm going to be covering a lot more projects. This channel is not just PlanetWatch. I love PlanetWatch, and it's like my main project right now. It's what I'm mostly invested in. But it is not all I'm going to be covering. In the future, I'm going to be doing other reviews and other videos on things like ASIC miners, like the mini Doge and Litecoin miner, the HS box, the CK box. I'm also going to be reviewing the Helium project very soon, and I'm also going to be soon reviewing the Deeper Network project. So if these sound cool to you, make sure you give me a sub, and make sure you turn on that bell button, make it turn red, because if you don't turn on the notification button, you're not going to know whenever I'm dropping new content. So with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Do something productive, be nice to somebody, and be awesome.